My name is Julia Rask, and I was diagnosed with AML4 leukemia in October of 2003. I'm in the film, television, and theater world, and we were closing our New York run in February of Talking Heads by a famous British dramatist named Alan Bennett. And on the trip back, I felt like I was getting a viral infection, sinus infection coming on. Went to the doctor. With that, they did an EKG and blood work. And later that day, my doctor called saying that I needed to get to the Cedars-Sinai emergency room ASAP. By 5 o'clock the next day, after a bone marrow biopsy, it was AML4 leukemia. Basically, at the beginning, I had about a 20 to 25% of survival. 1 in 4, not the best odds. And then everybody kept saying to me, "Oh, we hope you have inversion 16, which was an inversion of the 16th chromosome. That meant that that chromosome would be a receptor for chemotherapy and allow the chemotherapy to come in and kill the leukemic cells. Turned out I did have the chromosomal inversion, and so therefore I had a 50-50 chance. Many months went by, and my doctor at Cedars said, "This isn't politically correct, but you need to have a stem cell transplant. If I was successful in the stem cell transplant, it would mean I would have an 80% chance of survival." And with that, I set an appointment with Dr. Stephen Foreman in hematology and at City of Hope, and he then became my doctor for my stem cell transplant. I was an aspiring director at the time. I work as a producer and director. And I was told by my agents and my close confidants in the business, absolutely do not let anybody know that you have cancer, because that was just kind of in itself a death sentence in the business, because as a woman, we're already being judged. Can she handle the job? And then suddenly you have this, oh, well, Julie had cancer. I'm not sure she's ready to come back. Can she handle it? I found out that many men had had some sort of cancer but kept it quiet. But then once you were out about your own experience, you got brought into this club and started finding out all these other people who had been challenged with some sort of cancer. My course of treatment was that I was in the hospital 7 days a month, chemo 24/7. I'd go home for 3 weeks. The first week I'd feel really bad. The second week I'd feel a little better. Third week I'm feeling like pretty good again. And then I would go into the hospital to have chemo again for 7 more days. There was a duality to this, because on one hand, you are feeling weak and vulnerable because you're not sure you're going to survive your leukemia. And on the other hand, when I had my stem cell transplant, I didn't work for over a year and a half. It was 20 months from leaving the editing room to then going back to a job. And it wasn't a directing job. I went back to a producing job because it was less vigorous. People would say that you're going to come out of this experience stronger, and I truly believe I am. I'm a huge advocate in stem cell transplantation, and being able to have celebrated 18 more years of life, having started with a 20% chance of survival, just couldn't be happier and more proud to have made it out the other end.